Over the years, Grant Gustin has stolen our hearts as Barry Allen on The Flash, but it shouldn't be a surprise as to why. He has played The Flash in live action much longer than anyone else in any other project, winning over audiences with his infectious charm and making us all fall for the beloved Barry Allen. His lovable personality and enthusiastic performance won him legions of fans and, in the process, made him a household name. If you're just as obsessed as we are, check out these 10 interesting facts about the star. He originally auditioned for Roy Harper on Arrow. Gustin gets to do his best Green Arrow impression during some of the Elseworlds crossover episodes. However, before being cast as Barry Allen, he auditioned for the role of Roy Harper on Arrow. The role ultimately went to Colton Haynes, leaving Gustin free to appear in other roles in the Arrowverse. He was initially supposed to appear in 3 episodes of Arrow. When Gustin was initially cast as Barry Allen on Arrow, the plan was for him to appear in 3 episodes of the show's 2nd season, with the 3rd serving as a backdoor pilot for The Flash. However, after appearing in the 8th and 9th episode of the season, the CW scrapped that plan and ordered a standalone pilot episode of The Flash instead, meaning that they would have to set up Barry's journey again for the new show. A number of reasons went into the change of plan, but one of the main ones had to do with how well Gustin's performance as Barry Allen was received. The character was a light-hearted ray of hope, and that was, in no small part, due to the young actor's charming offering. The Flash isn't his favorite superhero. It's rather ironic that Gustin ended up portraying one of the world's most famous DC Comics superheroes because he was, in fact, quite the comic book fan when he was younger. However, his favorite superhero wasn't actually the Scarlet Speedster. He is actually pretty obsessed with Superman. He even has a tattoo on his forearm that says, "Superman, I love him," in his mom's handwriting, since she used to draw the superhero for him to color when he was little. He is a trained dancer. Given how he showcased his talents on Glee, it's pretty clear that Gustin knows his way around a stage. However, his fantastic footwork extends far beyond synchronized choreography, as he's actually an incredibly accomplished tap dancer. At age 8, his mom enrolled him in tap dancing class, and at 10, he was traveling around in an all-boy Elvis tap group. By the time he was in college, his tap skills was off the charts. Interestingly enough, he actually auditioned for a part as a tap dancer on Glee before landing the role of the snobby warbler Sebastian. He auditioned for the role of Finnick Odair in The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. After hitting big on Glee, his fans rallied for him to play Finnick Odair in the film adaptation of the second Hunger Games book Catching Fire. Ironically, Gustin himself spoke of how he had also been drawn to the character after reading the book a year before that, and it appears that he was so taken with Finnick that he actually ended up auditioning for the part in 2012. The part ultimately went to Sam Claflin. He went to college with Chris Wood. The actor goes way back with former Supergirl star Chris Wood. The two went to college together, studying at Elon University, where they majored in musical theater and ended up becoming very good friends. Little did they know that years later they would end up working in the same shared universe. Both Wood and Gustin did work together on The Flash's musical crossover with Supergirl. He gets tattoo honoring his speedster. Gustin shared photos of matching tattoos he received with his wife, Andrea L.A. Thoma, getting each other's initials with an arrow through them. Gustin also received a tattoo of The Flash's iconic lightning bolt logo on his arm, making his association with the Scarlet Speedster permanent. Theater is his first passion. Broadway was his first love. In fact, when he landed the job on Glee, he was in the midst of a huge national tour of the Broadway musical West Side Story, which he ended up leaving the tour to appear on Glee. He still plans on returning to Broadway. He wants to play a villain. Gustin, who plays Barry Allen in the CW's DC Comics TV show, reveals that he would love to play a villain after playing a hero for so long. In an interview on the Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum podcast, Gustin revealed his appreciation for playing The Flash. But he also revealed that he would love to take on a few different characters one day. He said, "At this point, I'd say it'd be fun to play a villain, just because I've done so much Barry Allen over the years. I also loved getting the opportunity to play this character that innately has this suaveness but is just so good and so well-intentioned. He has his downfalls and faults at times, but he really puts other people before himself. And I've learned a lot from Barry over the years. I love playing Barry. I don't know. I definitely want to shake things up outside of Flash and play other kinds of things. But I also like playing a hero." He suffers from anxiety and depression. Barry Allen is one of the most positive heroes in the CW's Arrowverse, but in real life, Grant Gustin struggles to share Barry's wide-eyed optimism. He explained on the Inside of You podcast that he experienced weird, anxious-type dreams as a child, and when he and his wife participated in couples therapy before they tied the knot, some of his personal issues surfaced. He said, "I knew I had always dealt with anxiety, but getting pinpointed ideas about where things started and why you were feeling that way. Anxiety is ever present in my life, for sure." Now that he is aware that many of his mental health struggles stem from the pressure he imposes on himself to be perfect, he's been able to start fixing the problem. He said, "I've come a long way with taking a little pressure off myself. I've always been really hard on myself and I still am, but I put way too much pressure on myself early on and got in my way a lot. It gets in your way for sure,